since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Today is Wednesday, October the 15th, 2025. The Huskers will play October 17th, 2025. They will play Friday night in Minnesota at TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Bock, we're going to go over some Minnesota stuff today, but today is Winter World Wednesday with Todd Euler in the house. Euler, how you doing today?
Good, man. Excited.
Euler, you don't come on to Wednesday. We have a lot we talk about from Monday through Tuesday with all the things that
this has
going
been a crazy
on with
week, yeah.
Nebraska football and Matt Rule, especially Matt Rule with the Penn State talk. Tell me some of the stuff you've been hearing and how you feel about the whole situation.
I'm just trying to make sense of it all, I guess, like everybody else. Obviously being a Penn State guy, alum, went there, played there, obviously probably a dream job, right? But we've seen some of those dream jobs don't turn out, they turn into nightmares. So I think he's got a pretty good thing here. You know what I mean? He's getting paid pretty well.
Sounds like, UFC type of Scott Frost type of thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, obviously I wasn't really worried about it until I kind of started realizing that Kraft was the one that hired him gave him his first Division I head coaching job. Now Kraft's I didn't know that at the time, how am I supposed to, I don't follow Temple or Penn State as far as their ADs go. So that made me a little nervous, right? But at the same point, James Franklin had a really good record.
Yeah.
He was one play away from the national championship last year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Wild.
And I think this is the Big Ten. This isn't the Big 8. This isn't the Big 12. This isn't the Pac-12. Everybody's good. And you're going to have seasons where you lose some games you probably shouldn't. But once again, the 0-4 loss to UCLA, which obviously looks a little bit better since they went ahead and beat Michigan State. But I always tell people, listen, watch what teams do after we play them. They typically struggle the next week. and that's been kind of the case for a while. We play hard, and we've a lot of those one score losses. But so I don't know. I think my gut, thinks that he's going to entertain it, but my heart wants him to stay here, right? So in the same sense, like he really hasn't done a lot here. And I'm not saying that to be critical of him by any means. He didn't have a lot to work with to start with, in year one. But we're in year 3. We're 5-1. Awesome. Guess what? We were 5-1 last year, and we ended up 6-6, right? So, 7-6 with the bull win. I get that. But and I'll tell you what, we could lose every game going out. We could win every game going out. I feel like it's a toss up as far as what we can do with the rest of the season. I mean, what team's going to show? It's the last thing this team really needed this week with the short week, playing a good 4-2 team, right? They're 4-2.
Yep.
In Minnesota, that's our boy Emmett Johnson's hometown. It sounds like they're actually doing the walkthrough at his high school. So that's pretty cool. That'd be neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
To have the Huskers do the walkthrough at your high school football field.
What a dream.
I'm gonna have to get him up to Battle Creek sometime. Do a walkthrough in Battle Creek. But no, that would be really neat. So we have to just stay focused on this season. I don't think as a player, obviously we lost Kevin Steele when I was there, and then your boy came in,
Craig Bull.
Yeah, Craig Bull came in. We didn't lose many coaches, but obviously, dude, I'll tell you what, we dealt with this at the end of the year, almost every year, because we'd lose the big one, right? We lost to Florida State, and everybody wanted. Tom Osborne said, we need a different coach if we're going to win the national championship, so that, obviously when my older brother was at Nebraska, always lost the big one, we need a different coach. I mean, careful what you wish for in this era, right? I cannot believe they're paying this guy $50 million to leave. Like, man, that's some serious NIL money that they're wasting. So, I just don't see it as being a move up for Coach Rule, right? Now, people say, wait a minute, what do you mean? It's not he can do everything he wants to do as a coach at Nebraska that he could possibly do at Penn State, besides it being his alma mater. That's really it. We're a blue blood. Penn State's a blue blood, right? I think anything he wants to accomplish legacy-wise as a head coach, he can do at Nebraska, right? I don't see how he can accomplish more at Penn State than he could here. So that's my take on it. Sorry, I got it on my.
Terrell's smiling over there.
Smiling.
Oh,
I get excited about it.
When you compare apples,
yeah,
they don't compare. When you compare records for coaches, Rules is totally different from James Franklin.
Yeah.
When you say that, probably the same when you factor in top 25 teams. They probably have identical records.
No, they're not. They're not even close.
I don't think that it's
James Franklin's 17-37 against top 20 teams, and Coach Rule's 2-23 or 2-25.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not close.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's an even swap. I mean, I don't call it a swap. I mean, but if we did swap, I don't think it would be even. I would probably, if Rule left, I would probably love to have James Franklin because the way, and nothing against Rule. I mean, it's just we still have to see what he can do. I mean, I still have to see what he can do with a 2026 schedule here. With an Indiana, Oregon, Washington on the schedule, Ohio State. This schedule right here this year was kind of vanilla when I talk about it, because when you compare Wisconsin's schedule, when you compare other teams' Big Ten schedule, they probably have one of the hardest ones. I think we probably have one of the easiest schedules in college football. When I
Yeah,
talk about
in
it,
the Big Ten, for
yeah,
sure.
Especially with Penn State falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah. So when you look at that, Iowa, they're not great, but they will play Nebraska tough. Minnesota, now we talk about a Minnesota team who has Nebraska number. Who's 6-1?
Yeah.
Haven't won since what, 2000, what,
Yeah.
18, Bob, 19?
Yeah. PJ Flex 6-1 against Nebraska. That one was
6-1.
2018.
That's got to end.
Yeah.
We got to end that.
And I expect Minnesota to play us good.
Oh, they're going to play hard.
Yeah. Friday night
Without a
football. I think the guys have to get Penn State talk out of their head.
They got to get
I
focused.
think Matt Rule can't have that distraction going on all week for this team. I mean, if the teams fall, I don't want to hear it talking about we
weren't focused.
We weren't
locked in.
We weren't locked in.
We weren't prepared.
It's Matt Rule's job to get. He has to be focused. He has to not have Penn State on his mind when he's walking up and down the sideline.
So, and if he does want the job, let's be that. If he does want the job, he better win out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's two games they're watching. Seriously.
Yeah.
The two games that Penn State lost are the same two teams that Nebraska play.
Yeah.
And if Matt Rule can't win those games, he's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
Boy, that trip to Happy Valley, though, that's about the time they're going to start
be nuts,
getting toward their finalist. And if he's
Right.
still in the running that game, I mean, that is just going to be insane if it happens. Though I will say this, it's kind of interesting, guys. I want to get your thoughts on this because as we're talking about it, worrying about the distractions, thinking about a potential distraction this week. The line opened up at 5.5 and it's moved up to 8.5 for Nebraska,
Wow.
which you might think would be the opposite if you're thinking about there's potential distractions on a short week.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here's one of the things I hear a lot, Bob, when you hear this talk about Matt Rule is that, oh, why don't we just pay him? No, we're paying him right what we're paying him now. You don't need to jump and pay a coach top coach salary and you haven't did your job yet.
He does have a top coach salary already.
He's probably top 10 in the Big Ten, but I'm not going to pay you Kirby Smart money.
No.
And I'm getting
Ryan Day money, no.
And I'm getting Dabo Sweeney results, or not even that, or what kind of results, or let's say
the guy at South Carolina.
What's the guy that was at Texas at Jimbo Fisher?
Yeah,
I don't want to pay you Jimbo Fisher money to get Jimbo Fisher results.
Right.
I don't. I can't afford it for this university. I can't afford to put it all on the fans and all on the boosters. Let it play itself out. Let's see how you do after 4 years. If your record is good in year 4, just like it will be in year 3, I would then come back to the table with you and secure you probably till 35. But I don't think we need to up the ante for anything besides trying to get better players in here.
Well, and I think too, obviously, his Coach Rule's buyout's only $5 million. I was shocked at that. That's all. Like, if somebody wants to take him, or if he wants to pay it himself, I guess it's only $5 million. So I think obviously, I think he stays. That's my gut feeling, or my heart feeling is that he stays. My gut is that he's going to entertain it. But I honestly, there's, who's the first guy in your mind when this is the first guy? Rule was not my first guy, even knowing that he's the one. Signetti was my first thought.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize he doesn't have one 5-star guy on his roster? He only has 20 some 4-stars on his roster.
They're 80th in total talent composite rankings. Yeah.
If I am an AD, Matt Rule's not even in this conversation for Penn State. It's Signetti. What do we need to do to get Signetti there?
Well, Signetti's first to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
For any job that comes up.
Any job that he wants, I probably think he can get. But the thing is about Signetti, he's not going to leave Indiana. I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
So you think about him staying at Indiana just to basically shove it in people's faces that he can do this anywhere.
I think that's one of the main things.
That is, but to get to go to a blue blood and do his thing. I mean, it's like Nick Saban. I mean, he was at Michigan State, right? And then and then LSU. Yeah. He got to he did well at Michigan State, so then he got to go to LSU and then to Alabama, right? And I mean, there's no other stop after Penn State. So, and don't get me wrong, I mean, he's proven in 2 years the guy just wins, right? But he has to be. If I'm an AD, I'm throwing Ryan Day money at him. I'm throwing every kind of money at him.
Oh, Kurt, how much you make, Bob?
He's so it's interesting if you look at the only two. So there's a few like private schools don't report. So we don't. This isn't the whole thing, but for the most of college football, there are two coaches this year making $8.5 million. That's James Franklin and Matt Rule. Kurt Cignetti this year is making $8.3 million, which I'm sure was restructured from last season's results.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, that's who I'm going after is Cignetti. Now I've seen a lot of different reports on other, like Kraft is really, who do they have? Offensive coordinator for
Joe
Brady.
Joe Brady.
Yeah. I mean, so you've seen that name kind of in circle, and I mean, I don't know. It's once again the last thing we really needed as Nebraska didn't need. We need to focus on Minnesota. The game plan, getting ready. I mean, we're 2 nights away.
Yeah,
from playing another game, and it's a big game. Every single game is a big game, and it's monumental for not only Nebraska but for Matt Rule and what he's trying to accomplish here. And so I think that's just the last thing we really needed was any kind of distraction like this. But hopefully, he's got the boys ready and they're ready to go to battle on Friday night and just get better. I think we've, once again, I haven't talked about what I saw in that game, Maryland game, but I think, we're making progress small.
Yeah.
And we're winning.
I'll say save it for the Euler report.
Yeah, we'll save it for the Euler report. The Euler report, we're going to also give away our 2 tickets to Northwestern game.
Yeah, there you go.
That we had a bunch of entries in. So yeah, we'll save that for the Euler report.
Well, before we get out of here, I do want to give you guys a chance to win $1,000. So we can do that at least. It's time for the IBA $1,000 cash contest. Keyword, text this word to 508-777-1000. Head to our website and click on Cash Blitz to enter our website, theticketfm.com. We'll give you a second to pull out your phone or to get to the website here. I can see over here, Todd's already pulling his phone out. All right, today's keyword for Bock the Blackshirt is coin. That is spelled COIN, coin. Remember, every keyword you enter is another chance to win. One lucky listener will take home $1,000 tomorrow around noon. Don't wait. Get that keyword in now. We've got keywords throughout the remainder of the week as well here on Bock the Blackshirt, as well as on Early Break, The Drive, and Old School. So stay tuned to 93.7 The Ticket for your chance to win $1,000. You take us out of here, Terrell? You want me to finish it up?
I thought you just did.
Oh, well, no.
Well, take it out, then.
Take
Bob.
it out.
All right, well, we can do that.
Take it out.
Yeah,
Easy
I thought
enough.
he did too. He
No.
said 93.7 The Ticket.
This is a Window World Wednesday here on 93.7 The Ticket. Todd Euler in studio, ready to give out some tickets to the Northwestern game. We will have the Euler report when we return here on Bock the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Sprinkle-cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Blitz 250. Blitz 250 is a fully loaded pre-workout for those who want the most out of their workouts. Blitz 250 is safe for sport and banned substance-free. Blitz 250 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For location info, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Harvest season is here, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade now. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends September 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Well, welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from your 1 to 3 every day, Monday through Friday. And today is Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. But first, we are powered by Bauer Infrastructure, Bauer Underground, Barat Excavating. All right, guys, good job. And now, ladies and gentlemen, dun, 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 the Euler Report. Dun, dun,
been
dun.
sitting around lately.
The Wednesday, October 15th, Winter World Wednesday. The Euler Report. What do we got? So what's happened since I've been on here? We had the Maryland win, come from behind. That was nice. We've got this awesome promotion going. It ends today, literally, because we're going to draw a winner for part of it. So we've been busy, guys. Like, this is a good promotion. We had over 65 people call and book a free consultation in the last month. It's been nuts. That's a lot.
Wow, yeah.
So
wonder why.
Yeah. And then we had over 30 people sign a contract. So they got entered to win the ultimate game day experience, as well as 2 tickets to Northwestern that we're giving away today.
Do you have a lot of people coming to the showroom a lot?
We have had a lot more now that we have a really cool showroom. And you can find us, right? Like where we were before on 48th and Superior, 48th-ish and Superior. Just was hard to find us.
I need a sales job.
So,
I need a sales job.
Hey,
I will
us.
come in there with a tuxedo on and sell some windows. You know what I'm saying? No, I want to wear a tux. You ever seen the brothers? I mean, what they call them?
We can do a TV commercial like that.
What about Will Ferrell and that? What's that when they put the Step Brothers? Yeah. We're gonna sell some stuff with some tuxedos on and stuff. But go ahead.
It's been really, really busy month, and it typically is, but this was busier than normal, and we're honestly we love it, but we're trying to get installs done, right? That's before the snow starts flying. So it's been good. Husker football, obviously, with the Matt Rule thing, we talked about that in the first segment. I had another, Matt Verzal's memorials this weekend. I had another buddy at 47 pass away that I went to his funeral on Friday. Just kind of getting to that age, Terrell. You're just like, used to just go to weddings, and now we're going to funerals and not as many weddings. And it just makes you really sit back and think about, what am I doing with my life? I'm 50, almost 51. I'm hoping I got at least 40 years left. That's the goal. That's the goal. Like 40 good years. Like, I don't want it to be like 20 years of okay and then 20 years of, just misery. So obviously one reason I had my back fixed, I'm 18 weeks out from having my back fixed. I'm throwing weights around. I would say, been pretty blessed with the recovery. Trent is obviously recovering from surgery as well. He's out of the sling. So he's making progress there. But he's done for the season, so there's no coming back for that.
Medical or just
I'm thinking he's going to apply for a medical. So he's decided that he will come back and play.
Awesome.
That was
up in the air a little bit, wasn't it?
It was his third shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
And but his last high school play ended in a MCL tear. Couldn't play anymore. And his first play as a Husker in his season-ending surgery. He's like, man, I don't know, So I think he really thought about it, and he's more motivated. And it's just crazy. And I told him, I said, take it one day at a time. You're gonna have, PT basically, every single day, treatment every single day, versus when you were in high school and you had 3 PT sessions a week, and then you had to, and you can already see the difference in being in an elite, program to recover in. So he's been working out. He's obviously not doing anything with his upper body too much on the left side anyway. But yeah, it's just been good. God's good. Can't can't really complain. I know the weather has been pretty awesome, and we've been able to get a lot of stuff installed, and hopefully we can get a whole bunch more installed here before that first snow flies. But we install year round. It just slows down the pace because we're not going to go out there when it's 40-mile-an-hour wind and negative wind chill. But we'll go out there in the winter and we'll get stuff installed. So it's been awesome meeting all these people this last month because I got called out. I seen more people this month, in the last 30 days, than I did probably all summer. But I also was recovering from back surgery, but maybe probably all year. I might have had more appointments in the last 30 days than I did all of I'll have to look.
Is this a popular time? Is there a reason why?
It's not really a hugely popular time for us. We ran a great promotion and people, man, we were just busy. At least I know I was, and I know our other sales. We have 3 full-time sales guys. Well, 2 full-time sales guys and myself. I wouldn't consider myself full-time by any means. But I was the last month. It felt pretty full-time. I literally was having, 5 to 6 appointments a day. And, I'm used to 3 here, 1 here. But 1 week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I had 4 each day. That was more than most months I get.
Could it still be, and obviously, like you said, the promotion's a big part of it. Was that storm that came through? Are you guys still getting any business?
I don't think we're doing a lot of storm stuff. It's just, it's winter's coming and people are like freaking out. They're like, hey, can you get this in next week? We can't even, we're 8 weeks, minimum of 8 weeks. So, October 15th, you're looking at December 15th by the time, so, and I don't want to scare anybody off from not calling us right now. We will get them in and it will benefit you in January and February and March with the cold weather. But yeah, I just think a lot of people, sold a lot of doors, a lot more doors than I didn't sell a whole bunch of doors before, but our doors are just awesome. I put one in and it's crazy. You go out to some of these things and trying to think, it's Simpson. I won't say his first name, but the Simpsons, not Bart and Marge, or not Homer and Marge, but the Simpsons. They actually, like, their niece danced with my daughter in high school. It just some crazy stuff you run into. You're at 6 degrees of separation, whatever. It's just cool. Getting to know a lot of people in this area because I hadn't been back here in a long time. Now I've been here over 1.5 years and love it. So I still go back home, and when people, I pull up in my 7-county car and they're like, 7 county? I'm like, yeah, I still live in Norfolk 3 to 4 days a week, depending on how many I'm here. So, but it's been great. So Terrell, you ready to draw this? We're gonna draw one winner.
Sure.
I got all the names in this one we played, Terrell. These are the helmets we had. I get asked that. Did you? Oh, I do have to say, I sat, and maybe I said this last week, but I sat by the 1970 national championship guys.
Yeah.
I did say it last week, but I did. The first question I asked the guy next to me, I'm like, did you guys have face masks?
What did he say?
And he said, well, yeah. He goes, but something about like his dad was like one of the first people.
Oh, cool.
Masks, so, yeah. But all right, we're going to draw one winner. You're going to get 2 tickets to the Northwestern game, and we'll reach out to you. So, Terrell, you just pull one name out of there.
Move them around a little bit in there, yeah.
We'll see who we
Pick
get.
the lucky winner.
Hopefully we can.
Terrell Farley.
Terrell Farley.
Jaden Martinez.
Congratulations.
Jaden Martinez won. So they were big Husker fans. I actually sold them theirs. So
nice.
They ended up with some basement windows that we're doing for them. So congratulations, Jaden. They just bought a house. And so now they get to go to the Northwestern game for free.
There you go.
On Saturday on the Power Hour at 10 a.m., I will be announcing the game day, the ultimate game day experience with me for the Iowa game. 2 tickets to the Iowa game, which hopefully is going to be a huge game for us. along with the Ultimate Game Day Experience. We'll watch them walk in. We'll go to the Letterman Club before, which is, heat controlled, climate controlled. So we'll have heat. We won't have to be out in the elements, tailgating. So you'll get to meet a bunch of ex Huskers, and it's a black, like I said, I got to sit by 4 of the 1970 national champion guys, and that was a lot of fun. So, and just tell stories and hear that kind of stuff with those guys is a lot of fun. So, but yeah, it's Minnesota week. All hands on deck. We got to travel up there. I have not been to that stadium. Have you?
Nope. Bock went about a couple
years ago. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's called Huntington Bank Stadium now. By the way, they changed the naming rights to it. So, but yeah, it is really nice. It's funny because every stadium I go to, I always compare to Memorial Stadium, and none of them are obviously as big. So I think, every seat there is a great seat because it's like being halfway up Memorial Stadium.
Yeah. So I was looking for. I planned on going to this game. I planned on going to the Maryland game, but my son getting injured kind of changed that plan. So I'm like, well, not really feel like I have to go anymore. I'll sit on the couch and watch it on TV.
That's not good, Euler.
Well, let's be honest. Like he would have probably been on travel squad, so I would have went and watched him do some kickoffs, that kind of stuff. So, but I can't justify going now just because I got so much going. Like this thing's been crazy. We've got so much going on. So we did over 30 contracts in the last 30 days, and like we're not open on the weekends, guys. Like, so it's been nuts. So even just trying to handle that, I wanted to go to Happy Valley. I'm not. I decided
not happy anymore over there.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's not Happy Valley.
I'd be interested to see how many people show up to those games remaining. That's usually one of the biggest stadiums.
That's going to be the game that gets Matt Rule because they're going to have all the signs in them.
Oh yeah,
that will be very entertaining.
It's going to be home. Yeah, come back home.
Well, you just got to love AI right now because you've seen I seen a picture yesterday on there that was our Memorial Stadium with all the Penn State fans.
Leave Matt Rule alone.
No, they're like, come back home. Like,
no, but I seen one with a what they call those big air balloons.
Oh yeah, the blimp.
The blimp. They had a blimp pass by. Said they had Penn State fans outside of Memorial Stadium. The blimp passed by and it said, "Leave Matt Rule alone." So
it's just crazy. Yeah, it's. And like I said, my gut says he's going to entertain it potentially, but my heart says he stays. And I once again, I think he can accomplish legacy stuff here. I think it would be potentially easier than your alma mater. We just haven't seen that work too well in too many places.
Well, 2 things I learned about college football players and college football coaches: you can't trust them. You flip your commit, and you'll leave the next day. I seen it done to me. It happened to me, Kevin Steele, on my visit. Me and Kevin Steele had great convo. Convo. We went through everything. We went over the X's and O's. I come back my first day, summer workouts. Where's Kevin Steele? He's gone.
He's gone.
I said, what do you mean he's gone? Who is this Craig Bowl guy? He's gone to Carolina Panthers. Oh, my God. 93.7 the ticket. Bock
you got
and
lucky.
The black shirt.
You got lucky to not deal with Steele, in my opinion.
I could deal with any coach, man. I deal with Charlie McBride.
No.
So
Kevin
that was
Steele
enough for me.
Kevin Steele was different.
You think he was different than Charlie?
I know he was.
Than Charlie McBride?
Yes.
He learned
Charlie
from Charlie.
Cared about you. Kevin didn't.
Charlie
would get on you because you needed to.
Yeah,
Kevin just got on you to get on you, just period.
Charlie make you feel like he don't care about you, though. You know? You ever seen Jay Jenkins and Larry Townsend? Prime 2 examples. 93.7 the ticket. We'll be right back.
Go hog wild, pit bar. barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Brown Brothers Construction would like to remind all motorists that each year thousands of people die or are seriously injured because of a reckless driver. When you get on the road, do yourself, your family, and your community a favor when you drive in child-populated areas. Remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Brown Brothers Construction, specializing in general commercial construction and remodeling services and new commercial construction. Brown Brothers Construction, on the air because they truly care.
Harvest season is here, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade now. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends September 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124. Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with the low near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see the sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
We are back here on Bock and the Blackshirt here on a Window World Wednesday. I'm Jake Bockoven, joined in studio by Todd Euler. Terrell will be back with us here at the top of the hour, but we talked a little bit about this past game against Maryland, but I want to dive in a little bit more with you, Todd, to kind of see what your thoughts are moving forward, because it does appear to me that there are more playmakers developing for Nebraska, whether that be Isaiah Hunter, Ja'Cory Barner, but especially Emmett Johnson really broke out, maybe had his best game as a Husker. Was that, do you think that was a game, a matchup situation against Maryland, or is that something? I mean, he's the number 2 leading rusher in the Big Ten right now.
Emmett ran like tough, like I think we've all wanted him to run, and it just looks. And once again, last year had no confidence, right? Didn't get a lot of reps early on, and then he kind of came on strong towards the end. He is developing each week and getting a little bit better and a little bit better. I was talking to Trent about this. When you watch the Detroit Lions running backs run, they are. Or you watch Pachenko run for the Chiefs. There's just something different about watching those guys. Emmett looked like that on Saturday. And that's the first time we've seen him just really, and he did still have a couple times he was just tiptoeing in the hole way too much. He just needs to, just be a man on a mission when he sees the hole. And that's what he did. And I think that was really the difference between what we've seen early on and last year with Emmett and what we're seeing. So I think he's that development, right? Getting more reps. I mean, I don't know how many times he touched the ball, but would he rush for 170 yards or something? That had to be the most rushing yards the running backs had in quite a while at Nebraska. And it was awesome to watch him run just mad, right? And I don't think anybody tackled him like one-on-one, or very seldomly. He made those guys work. And so that was really fun to watch, and just being able to do that. You take the 3 picks away, it's not a game, right? We kept them in the game with 3 interceptions, especially, deep in our own territory there a couple times. So, they got 17 points off of turnovers. So you take 17 points off the board, give us maybe another touchdown, because they really weren't stopping our offense when we were clicking, right? You give us another at least 7 or 6, that's 40 to, I can't do math. What'd they end up with? 31 subtract 17, 14, right? So we escaped with the win. Probably didn't deserve it with the turnovers, to be real honest. But we won, and that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the score was. It's a win in the Big Ten on the road. I think it's been since 2005 since we've won back-to-back road conference games.
Yeah, which is ridiculous stat.
That's a crazy. There's a lot of crazy stats going down this year, right? We can't come back from a fourth quarter deficit. We can't win the 1-score game. So now let's take the next step and let's win 2 road games in the Big Ten in a row and break that 20-year curse, right? So I thought Emmett just looked explosive and like a man on a mission, and just hadn't seen that out of him. And I think that was it there. I thought their defense was probably gunning for the pass. So did it help? Probably. And they were probably built more to, go after, the quarterback versus stopping the run. But still, I just love the way Emmett ran. He just ran mad, right?
Well, we'll see if they mix in a little bit more in the run game this week. It will be fascinating. Minnesota for themselves, they've struggled a little bit as far as getting the ball going. They were outrushed last week against Purdue to a pretty big deficit. I mean, they only got 30 yards running on the ground. Purdue rushed for 253. So 253 to 30, and they still won that game. So it's kind of interesting to see. Could be a
How
big
many
game
of those
for
were
Emmett.
sacks? Did they get sacked? I
think they only got sacked a few times.
A couple times.
Yeah.
All right. I just know that our rushing yards versus Michigan State didn't look all that well because we had like 5 sacks for 60 yards lost or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate that needs to be its own stat somehow. I hate that it goes into your overall rushing.
Yeah.
When there's sacks, it used to go
The
against
NFL
passing.
I said the NFL does passing. It goes against the passing yards.
So I don't know.
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
It should
Depends
just
on
be
how you
its
wanna
own.
look
It
at
should just be sack yards, right?
Right.
It shouldn't you gain those yards, but I understand you want. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Do you think they have to? I mean, they only gave up 1 sack this game. It was maybe similar to the Cincinnati game, more of a quick pass attack. Do you think that's going to be their MO moving forward as opposed to some of these games? I mean, the Michigan State game, they're kind of dropping back a little bit more, waiting for longer downfield stuff to develop.
I thought Dylan actually avoided some of that stuff better this game, right? We did drop back, and I don't think we got rid of it too fast, too often, but I thought he was better at avoiding the rush versus Maryland. And once again, those 2 freshmen were legit. So good luck dealing with those guys the next 3 years on pass rushing, right? So I just thought he seemed a lot more comfortable versus the first few games. Obviously against Cincinnati, did we give up 1 sack or 2 sacks against Cincinnati? Or maybe.
I mean, 3,
but he didn't.
like that,
But and then obviously not. And he just looked super uncomfortable in Michigan. Looked a little more comfortable against Michigan State trying to elude it, but he looked a lot more comfortable against Maryland. And once again, I think that's seeing the film, like seeing those guys out of the corner of his eye and stepping up or eluding that pass rush, that opens up some of that to Lindenmeyer. He gets a big gain, right? Or and the other one, he just fell down, and thank God he got rid of it before his knee touched the ground. So, no, I think it's crazy to me. Michigan only rushed for 30 yards, or Minnesota. Because they're typically is a rushing team, and so I think everybody's rushed the ball against us pretty well, except for 2 teams. So I think we still have some questions on that D line. And potentially the linebacker crew, right? Like, we have to be able to stop the run. And I don't think Maryland, I mean, they had more passing yards on us in the first half than anybody, and they had more rushing yards against us versus, probably take their best 2 other games put together, had more rushing yards on us. So we still won. So we got some things to work on, and we're going to see what they did this week in practice and see what happens Friday night.
Well, it's interesting again, if you kind of think of your typical Maryland team, like a rushing team, similar to Wisconsin. The old Big Ten West is dissolving right now because Minnesota averages 112 yards rushing a game. That's 114th in the nation.
Ooh.
Not the typical route for them to get to 4-2. We'll see what it looks like here around the corner on Friday. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more on Window World Wednesday on Bock The Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
No cravings, no hunger pains, no struggle. Thanks to GLP-1s from Limitless Mail, weight loss is possible. Picture this. Your clothes fit better, your energy's up, your doctor's impressed, and your friends start noticing. Limitless Mail's GLP-1 program is medically monitored and changing men's lives. There's no better time than now to get on board. Lose the weight, better your health, gain your confidence without being hungry. Free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krekak of State Farm Insurance.
here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on from your 1 to 3 hour, and yes, today is Window World Wednesday with two-time national champion Todd Euler in the house. Woo, 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 woo. All right, thank you for the listener who sent me a postcard. For my dog, man. I thank you and appreciate it, and still getting over it. Probably a lifelong thing I live with, but I'm making it. I got 2 other dog pups. I gotta be a dad too, and so I gotta raise those 2 to be great puppy men when they grow up. All right, guys. Concession revenue after 4 games hit $2 million in alcohol sales so far this year. 4 games. Sounds good. However, the number of people cited for alcohol violations in or around the stadium has increased from 1 to 4 per game. Ejections and people denied entry are also up.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do with anything with drinking, but sometimes you meet those people who can't get in, who won't let themselves get in. But overall concession sales are up more,
More NIL money.
Yeah, it's interesting. The concession sales are up, but the alcohol sales is not meeting what they expected. Remember, Troy Dannon estimated revenue could be between $3 to $4 million per game. It's right now around more close to $500,000. So still making some more money on it, but
proud of you, Husker fan.
Yeah, that's right.
As non-drinkers, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of them too. Troy Dannon won a bunch out there, and I've seen enough drunks in my life. Yeah. I was one, so
me too.
You know, I'm glad that that we're learning to control the amount of intake in alcohol just to watch college football games. I don't think you need any alcohol to
$12 a beer or whatever.
Yeah,
it's hard to. It's hard to shell out, I would guess.
All right, guys, let's go mid-season grades. Mid-season grade.
We're there. We're halfway there. Aren't we?
We're halfway there.
Holy cow,
we are. Well, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to give you mines, and I want y'all's. Quarterback. B-. Last couple of games, last 2-3 games, interceptions, total 5, 13, 14 sacks in the last 3 games. Really not the quarterback fault, but timing wise, on the interception wise, his fault. Pick sixes, real question mark throws. It was good the first couple of games, but I think the last 2 games, Dylan Raiola has not lost focus, but needs to focus a little bit better on making better throws, trying to roll out of the pocket a lot better, trying to get rid of the ball faster, things like that. So for right now, I give quarterback position B-.
Well, and his 5 of his 6 interceptions have come from the last 2 games, so I can see that a little bit of recency by going in there. But I mean, I think for what he's done, for what he's on pace for, which is over 3,000 yards, would shatter Nebraska's single season passing touchdown record, which is at 26, I believe, is where it's at. So he's at 16. He's halfway there. I'm more from what I've expected out of him, from what he's been able to deliver. Again, a lot of it maybe goes to expectations. So if you thought he's going to be a Heisman Trophy contender, you might be a little bit disappointed if you're hoping that he would.
He was
be coming
until
along.
he threw 5 interceptions.
Well, I guess he was kind of in there.
To
but
be honest,
I would probably go closer to A-. So I'm doing a big jump from Terrell.
Yeah, and I would say B. I think I wouldn't say a B-, but a solid B, maybe a B+. I don't think he's A with just the last 2 games, right? So you got to take in the whole thing, his whole thing of work. Obviously looked pretty darn good against the 2 really bad teams. Cincinnati did well. I think he's getting better at being elusive, feeling the pressure. I just don't know if he was feeling it before. It seems like he felt it better against Maryland. So I'm going to go solid B.
All right. That's for the season now.
Yeah.
Not just for the game. All right. Solid B.
Yeah.
Running back. I give Emmett an A. But overall, as a group, I have to go probably a C. No real backup, Bock. No real number 2. Not a real solid group of running backs when you see it as a group. When you see it as one person, Emmett Smith does it all. Emmett Johnson.
I say Emmett Smith.
Yeah,
all the
I
time
know.
too.
I wish his name was something else, man. Because
Gary.
Yeah, like Gary or Malcolm or Pee Wee, something like that. I could Dion, something. But
I like Dion. Might get you saying something.
yeah, but when you look at a guy like Emmett Johnson, who's 650 yards, is second best in the Big Ten. When you go past him, I think the running back needs regrouping, reshaping, needs to have someone that can really push Emmett and come in and do the same things he did. Isaiah Mose was exactly like that Saturday, but before Saturday, it's been non-exist for backup running back. So for group-wise, I have to give him a C+, Bock.
Yeah. I agree in that with that C+. Obviously Emmett's done really well when he gets the opportunities. I don't think he got quite enough opportunities against Michigan, but we didn't really have a choice. So, and I'm with you. Like, we don't have a clear guy back. And I said this beginning of the season, Mekhi Nelson looked like the dude in practice, but he evidently is just a practice guy. But once again, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities on the field, but the ones that he has not taken, those chances and turned them into, hey, I'm the dude behind Emmett, right? And he does in practice, guys. I've seen him do some really good stuff in practice, but I haven't seen him do that on the field. And it's just, you got to be able to take it from the practice field to the playing field. And we don't have that right now. So, I don't, what happens if, Emmett, I'm not even going to say anything. We'll just move on from that.
There you go. I'll give it a B too. I don't want to go into that conversation either. But I think, it's separation of Emmett Johnson and the running back group as a whole. If you would have told me preseason Emmett Johnson would be second in the Big Ten in rushing, I would be ecstatic. And I would wonder what that would mean for the rushing offense. However, Nebraska only averages 140 yards a game, which is 90th in the country in rushing yards. So there's some work to be done as a whole. I think part of that, again, we talked about it earlier, sack numbers kind of driving some of those numbers back a little bit. But either way, they're not on. I'd love to see them at least 100, 160, 170. We saw this past game. Generally, if you're getting close to 200 yards a game rushing, you're not going to lose. We know they've got a little bit of a different identity on the offense. They have, and also some thought process out there with different coaches. I mean, these wide receiver screens that break out, some people see that as an extension of the run game, all that sort of stuff to be factored in. But we'll see. They've finally decided on Isaiah Mosey as their backup. As you mentioned, I don't know if I've seen it on the field as, I thought he did look really good earlier in the year as far as receiving out of the backfield. But you could tell that, after kind of giving everybody a shot, and they've come down to him, that they see some future in him. I can't wait to see it when he is able to show that in his limited opportunities when he's running out there on the field.
I think he just needs more game reps and he'll be fine.
Yeah, 10 carries. So it's just surprising at this point in the time in the season. Sorry, Terrell. Quentin Ives 16 carries, Nelson 10, and Mose 10.
Yeah,
as backups.
All right, guys, let's get to the next one. Offensive line. Whew. Jekyll and Hyde group. When you talk about them, ran for 193 against Maryland, 1 sack, averaged 73 yards a game against Michigan, Cincinnati, Michigan State, 73 yards, and allowed 15 sacks. Not a very consistent group when you talk about them. Guys been together for some years. Coach Riola has a lot of different options to go with when you talk about this offensive line. They've been shaking things up for the last 2 weeks, but 2 weeks straight has been the same 5 guys. So, I think that you need to leave them and let them be and let them get their own groove as a team, as a unit.
So what are you rating them as?
A D.
D?
Yeah. Not good. I mean,
they have not been great.
Just not been doing what we thought they was going to be able to handle. Not really a great offensive line. I mean, they've been doing okay the last 2 weeks, but when you talk about in terms as a season, I have to give them a D.
Yeah. And it would be interesting to see Emmett Johnson's yards after contact, right? Because that'll tell a different story as far as, what kind of holes he's got, that kind of stuff. And I think he's probably got quite a few yards after contact. I would agree that they're not there yet by any means. And I said this Saturday, like we plugged and played some NIL guys, some transfer portal guys in, and an offensive line takes time to gel. One of the things in the 90s that we always had is we had those groups of kids that worked together as red shirts, as freshmen. And then some of them might get an opportunity to play a little bit as sophomores. And then they, start their junior year, finish their senior year. And we had great offensive lines, but they played together for 4 years before, on that big stage. And now we're plugging and playing guys and expecting them to be $1 million players when they haven't played with the guys next to them very long. So I think we're seeing the progress. I think they have the ability to be, a solid B offensive line. But I'm with you, Terrell. They're, as far as 5-1, which is awesome, we'll take it. But as far as what they've actually, 15 sacks, all that stuff. Would you say 90th in rushing or?
Yeah.
So we definitely have some room for improvement there.
Yeah, it's funny. Did you get a grade?
Yeah, I'm saying D. Yeah,
going with the D as well.
Yeah. D plus D.
Yeah. It's interesting because when you step back and look at it, where Nebraska's offense is, I mean, it's the number 11 scoring offense in the nation. And in total offense, it's 27th, over 450 yards per game. So I think we got to give a little bit credit to the offensive line, not just the skill position players and the quarterback, but clearly it is kind of the Achilles heel of the offense or what's been holding them back. They've done a good job, I think, in these last couple of weeks. Now that we've kind of talked about it, some continuity can kind of help. Maybe just going to live through the I don't want to call it an experiment, but the Elijah Pritchett experience,
right?
Which is that he's going to be developing in front of our eyes with live game reps. And hopefully going to be a better product by season's end than he was at the beginning. Obviously, they were kind of using gloves at the beginning of the year, trying to find certain ways to motivate him or when to put him in. Now it's just like, all right, if he's got the top end talent here, we need to just live with the mistakes that he might make here and there. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on, obviously. But hopefully they can kind of hit their stride a little bit here moving forward. That being said, I mean, I'm not going to be the one that comes out and says, I don't know, I think they're going to be the B plus. You guys are being too hard on him. It's been a struggle so far. As you mentioned, 16 sacks given up. I could be nice to give him a C minus, but we're all in the same category and we all kind of understand where it is.
And once again, I don't think that's over 5 and we're 5-1 and still we're saying, hey, we've got some improvement with it. Can definitely happen on this offensive line, which once again, we need them to develop if we want to go from a good team to a great team. And I think that all of the potential is there for us to do that on the offensive line. They just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, these are midseason grades. Hopefully by the end, they can move up substantially. And the good thing is, I think in at least last week was when one of their better games, maybe their best game.
Yeah, gave up 1 sack to the Big Ten sack leaders.
Yeah,
right. So
and ran the ball well, as we know.
Yeah, so definitely going
Trending.
the right way. We need that to happen again. I mean, if Purdue rushed for 200 yards on these guys, we need to rush for 200 yards on these guys.
All right. Receivers. Man, when you look at that trio we got, Ja'Cory Barney, Dan Key, and Isaiah Hunter, they combined for 68 catches, 1,048 yards, 11 touchdowns so far through 6 games. That's great. Great depth when you look at the receiver room. Great young players that's going to be able to lead us in the future. When you talk about Cortez Mills, the other ones, Quinn Clark, Jeremiah Jones, Ja'Cory Barney, and Isaiah Hunter. He's going to be a coming back next year. He's just a sophomore this year. So when you look at the depth we have and how good these kids really could be next year, I want to see what they can finish this year instead of next year. But good group of guys, good talent, great coach.
They're catching the ball.
You see what you get when you get an experienced coach in and not a young whippersnapper that only gives out part tarts on Thursday.
He gives out stickers.
So keeping those receipts. So I'm gonna let that one go.
I'll give him an A.
Yeah.
I'll give him an A.
Yeah, obviously we expected a step forward from the receivers this year. They've shown that. One of the fastest guys in college football, and Isaiah, hitting that top speed with one shoe on. Pretty cool. Yeah, maybe you should just play without shoes. You might be faster. But yeah, I once again, they're catching balls they should catch. We haven't seen those drops, or the other team taking it away from them or that kind of thing. So, and I think that it does help that Dylan's in his second year. He's feeling a little more comfortable back there potentially, although some of those stats would tell you that he isn't that comfortable back there. But so yeah, I like what we got. I like like you said, Tyrell, the depth. We're deep there, and you can't just cover one guy now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with you guys. I mean, they've all shown big play potential. They've all been to the end zone enough, and they're doing well there. Hunter, Barney, and Key leading this. These 3 wide receivers are, as we've talked about earlier too, just becoming playmakers for this team. And then the other part is, Dane Key won a couple games ago, didn't have any receptions, and his coaches were calling it maybe his best game as a Husker because their downfield blocking has obviously significantly improved from last year as well. This is, these two, I mean, Hunter and Key were, and we already knew about Barney, right? But Hunter and Key were big offseason. Yeah, they were key. They were big offseason additions, and coming off of Banks and Nair, they did okay, but they did not do this, and this is what was expected. So, great job by everybody involved in the wide receiver game so far. I think we all agree an A so far. And like you said, I mean,
and I think they can get better.
Drops really.
They can get better.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll do tight ends, D-line, linebackers, DBs, and special teams. Here on Bock The Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Brown Brothers Construction would like to remind all motorists that each year thousands of people die or are seriously injured because of a reckless driver. When you get on the road, do yourself, your family, and your community a favor when you drive in child-populated areas. Remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Brown Brothers Construction, specializing in general commercial construction and remodeling services and new commercial construction. Brown Brothers Construction, on the air because they truly care.
Are you afraid of the dark? Add a little light to your bite with a Raising Cane's glow-in-the-dark Halloween cup and enjoy a beverage while supplies last. Happy Happy Halloween from Raising Cane's. One love.
Harvest season is here, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade now. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends September 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from, and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt here from your 1 to 3 hour. 576 said we have receivers with a question mark. Barney is the best receiver, but feels like his routes are all north-south, not northeast or west. He's one hit away from breaking. Receivers get a C. Everybody's entitled to their
grader. Wow, yeah.
Good one. I like it. Custer says, I was told I was crazy for thinking EJ was going to get a 1,000 rushing, and that he'd only eclipse 1K of all purpose. Nah, he's close to 1,000.
Yeah. Well, wait till it happens. It's been a long time since Nebraska's had 1,000 yards.
Bill and Bennett says Emmett gets an A for me. Emmett gets an A for me with overall group. They probably get a C for me. All right, let's go tight ends, Bob. We're going to go tight ends, this group right here. Hey, we lost a lot of guys over the years. We lost the one from Iowa. What was his name?
Thomas Fedoni.
Thomas Fedoni. We thought we lost Thomas Fedoni would be a good group. Still, we had a guy go to Texas A&M out of the group. It left us with Luke Lindenmeyer, who was the first couple of games was on a great pace. Slacked down the last couple of games. Not saying that he slacked down, but Dylan probably slacked away from throwing to him. When he gets the ball, he runs tough. Great blocker. Heinrich, he's trying to get his better groove on. I would like them to put TJ Lateef back there for one play if you're going to put Heinrich back there for one play to lose 1 yard. So, I wish we could do that better. But what's the other young guy?
Carter Nelson.
Carter Nelson. He's starting to come into his groove. He's healthy. He still got a long way to go for me. I feel next year he'll be better suited for the tight end group to help him out a lot better. But if I had to give tight ends a group, probably B-. Not bad.
Yeah, I would say that, do we have typical Big Ten tight ends? Probably not. So just on that alone, we're not going to grade as well. We don't have, the biggest guys or I think Harburg's pretty darn fast. I think Carter Nelson's pretty fast. Luke's just super reliable and can block. We got a good core there. I would say B+.
Yeah, like along the lines you guys are thinking. Luke Lindenmeyer to this point, 19 catches, 196 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Harburg, 7 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Carter Nelson, since you throw him out there, 1 reception for 3 yards. So, yeah, in that B category, could improve. It has been pretty solid so far.
All right, guys, let's go to the next one. D-line. D-line. Whew. Losing Ty Nash early in the season kind of hurt us. We still haven't found those type of guys that we're looking for when we talk about the inside present. Elijah Judy's been holding it down for the season. He's doing okay. Got his first 2 sacks of his career in the past week. William Nwili, he's finally getting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks. Van Poppel and what's the other guy, number 96? 97.
Davis.
Yeah, Keanu Davis.
Keanu Davis. Them two been switching. The transfers have been doing all right. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This group has not shown me the way that I thought this would be with our defensive line. Yeah, they're getting sacks. Yeah, they're getting pressure, but when you can bust up the middle on a run play, every time you start to run, it shows that we're weak up the middle, and that kind of has me worried a little bit when we play teams like Michigan. You see how they do. When you're going to play a team like UCLA, USC, who likes to run up the middle. I would say Penn State, but they're falling off the map as we speak right now. So, I would have to get them C-.
Yeah, I think our D-line has not performed at a level that's anywhere near last year, especially against the run. And that is going to be problematic going forward if we can't fix it. So I'm probably with you. C, solid C. Definitely needs improvement. We need to create that dominance in the middle, and we're not seeing it yet.
Yeah, as you guys are trying to say, I mean, it's not everything's on the defensive line in these categories that I'm going to throw out, but it's a heavy part of it is rushing defense. Nebraska giving up 150 yards a game, that's 81st in the country. Sacks, they're 83rd in the country there. So that's not typically what you want from a Husker defensive line or any defensive line that's going to be competing in the Big Ten. Not that it's been awful. I think there's been some bright spots here and there. Williams Nwaneri, like we're saying, really coming on. Cade Petschak was kind of a surprise. That he's been able to jump in as a true freshman and compete right away. You mentioned Elijah Judy earlier. I think he's playing some pretty good ball. So, I think in that C- category is probably a pretty good spot for them. Again, they can get better. A lot of that grade hurting from that Michigan game, which the one loss should, that's the one loss that should be kind of where a lot of the kind of the negativity would come from.
All right, guys, linebackers. This is my group. This is my thing. No shuffle here. This group is not at the level I thought it would be. I thought they would be a lot better by getting Marquise Watson-Trent from Georgia Southern. Javen Wright has been the star of the linebackers. Vincent Shavers, he's hit and miss sometimes. He warms up, he gets a lot of. And then you don't see him for a couple of series. He's been getting hurt lately, banged up a lot, and I think that's from having him in the middle. And I guarantee you he should be at the outside backer if they really had one, because I think the middle's too much for him in there, and it's too much traffic. When you look at the young guys, you talk about guys like Dawson Merritt, who's getting a lot of snaps. We know the other guys are going to redshirt, but when you look at what McCullum does, Shavers and Wright, Watson, Trent, Merritt as a group, I probably have to get them a C+.
Yeah, I think once again, kind of plugging and playing some new guys. Obviously, Wright's been around forever, and he should be probably the guy leading the charge. But yeah, it definitely needs improvement. So yeah, C+. If we're building some depth there with, obviously a freshman in Dawson Merritt playing quite a few snaps. So I think they're a bit undersized for Big Ten and to stop the rush. And I think a lot of that stop the rush goes to on the linebackers as well.
Yeah.
Not just the D line, but on the linebackers as well. And I do think for the Big Ten teams that rush the ball, we're somewhat undersized at linebacker right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with you guys. Shavers and Wright have stood out, I think, and that's good. Obviously, Wright's really coming on. I think 3 games straight now where he's had double-digit tackles. Shavers has got to make some impactful plays. Technically, Deshaun McCullough, linebacker, listed as a linebacker anyways. I think he's done really good as far as getting to the quarterback and applying some pop when he gets there at times. But to your point, I think a lot of the rush defense has to kind of factor into here as well. So a C-, I think, is probably a pretty good grade for him.
All right, guys. DBs. Been great to me. I think Maryland showed that they can really get passed on. I think the last 5 games before that, I don't think we ever faced a passing attack. Michigan didn't have that deep threat. Sorsby at Cincinnati, first game, they didn't do nearly what we thought he would, what he was capable of doing, like he's doing now. I'll scratch the other 2 teams off because they wouldn't really worthy opponents to be like that. But when you talk about the passing game, Maryland really put 250 yards up on them. Still got a long way to go. Still got to play UCLA, USC with their passing attack. You still have to play a UCLA with a slash pass quarterback. So we'll have to see how they go down the road. But right now I can get them a B+.
Yeah, I would go with an A. I mean, I don't know. They're the number 1 pass defense in the nation. To your point, Terrell, it might not be against a lot of pass-happy teams, but the reality is, as you kind of look at this schedule and how it's playing out, they've got a real opportunity to finish the number 1 pass defense. I mean, there's USC there. You mentioned Penn State. Might not have the attack that we thought coming into the season that they would. A lot of these other teams, Minnesota, Northwestern's, UCLA, Iowa's. I mean, not the greatest passing attacks themselves. So it might be on a scale. They might not be playing the best passing attacks, but one way or the other, number 1 in the nation. Hard to get much better than that.
They're still number 1 after.
Still number 1.
Wow.
So that's pretty darn good to me. Maybe could cause some more interceptions. That'd always be nice. It would be great to get Malcolm Hartsock back. You kind of look at individually there. Sierra Wright's been, not giving up a whole lot of yards throughout the year. So I don't think you could ask for a whole lot more from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they've done well to this point. Once again, that first time we really faced a true, passing offense who actually ran the ball on us as well. So, you got to give them hats off to make the stops that they've been making when we needed them so that we could come back and win those last 2 games. So I'm going to give them an A. Can there be better? They definitely can be better. And like you say, creating some turnovers. The 2 interceptions Deshaun had were literally overthrows. So it's not, it's not like it was great coverage. And also, a couple of Dillons were similar, on the offensive side that just maybe the route ran wrong, expecting a guy to do something that he didn't. But so yeah, and I think they've come up and run support pretty well. I think we could do a little bit better of coming up and stopping that run and not going for a knockout hit and being fundamental with their tackles. Sometimes looks like they want to just knock somebody out and instead of just wrapping them up and taking them to the ground and the guy keeps running. So A.
All right.
Could be better.
5769 says D gave up 3 big runs versus Michigan. Offense scored points, but defense wins championships. We can't let that happen. Yeah. Best 2 pass defenses, best 2 performances were against Akron and HCU. So
as well they should be.
Old Dan 34 says linebackers get a C, DBs get a B+, D line gets a C-. Tight ends B, O-line is definitely F. So has a lot to work on.
So do you think I'm just throwing this out there, our D-line, our O-line and our D-line are 2 lowest grades, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
And that's who's practicing against each other.
Probably D-line and D-line, O-line, and linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the 3 lowest groups for me.
So I'm not wondering if some of that is practice,
iron sharpens iron,
right? Yeah,
non-iron does not,
right? So if you're soft, you're making other guys soft. I mean, that's something that we dealt with a lot with our coaching was doesn't matter if you're scout team or if you're, fourth string or first string, you got to go hard every single play, especially in practice, because that's where we get better. So I'm just wondering if that has a little effect on the D line, in the O line.
93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt. Window World Wednesday. Todd is leaving us early.
Yep.
So, Todd, we'll see you Friday for the, not tailgate, for the
Pre-game
A1
show.
Automotive pregame show. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O, sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Harvest season is here, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade now. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's akrs.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends September 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock, we talk about a lot of defenses when we talk about Nebraska defense. Let's talk about one of the best defenses right here in college football right now. Ohio State defense. When we talk about their defenses, this defense is putting up numbers like the 2021 Georgia Bulldogs defenses. When you talk about stat-wise, Bob, I'm going to compare them in Georgia for some categories. This is the 2021 UGA versus the 2025 Ohio State. Points per game, Bob. Georgia gave up 5.5 points per game through 6 games. Ohio State, 6.8 yards. 6.8 points a game. Total yards. 2021 Georgia gave up 202 yards per game. 2025 Ohio State gives up 229 yards a game. Yard per play. 3.5 per play on the 21 Bulldogs. 3.9 for the 25 Ohio State. Offensive touchdowns through 6 games. 2021 UGA only gave up 2 touchdowns. 25 Ohio State gives up 4. Bob, these 2 defenses right here are probably going to be one of the best 2 of all time when we talk about single game stats and stats for games. These defenses aren't giving up much.
No, they aren't. And somebody finally scored double digits against Ohio State as Illinois put up 16 here this past week. So at least somebody's got to cross that line. It's kind of funny with PJ Fleck coming into this week. I think that it was going into their game. It was the previous week. Washington scored 6. And he was saying they actually did better than most teams have been done against Ohio State because they're averaging only giving up 5 points per game. Once again, then Minnesota win that game and scored 3. So it is difficult to get any points on the board against the Buckeyes. And again, at the halfway point in the season, now some of the these stats really become pretty meaningful. You have a pretty good sample size now of over half the season, and then you look ahead at what some of the offenses that are coming up. Well, first of all, this weekend at Wisconsin. We talked about this earlier in the week. They averaged like 5.7 points per game in Big Ten play. So I highly doubt they're going to get in the end zone against Ohio State. Then they've got Penn State, We know about what's going on there. Then you got at Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, and at Michigan, who just scored 13 on USC. So, the one difference there between those Georgia stats and the the Ohio State stats is, obviously a full season. So you're kind of thinking, well, let's just let this thing play out. And certainly we will, but we'll see. But it is, I say all that to say the schedule is lining up for a pretty good second half of the year for the Ohio State defense and Ohio State team in totality. Of course, I could say, Michigan's offense only scored 13 last week against USC, but of course that's been the Ohio State bugaboo. So we'll see. It might be a little bit of a different story come around that time, but all this very impressive in the fact, by the way, that Jim Knowles was hired away from the national championship Ohio State team to Penn State, as many people know. Paying $3 million a year. So they had to find somebody to replace him. They went to Matt Patricia, and he's off to a rock-solid start. So good thing for Nebraska's offense. I would be interested to see what they would do in an Ohio State game. Not necessarily, wouldn't necessarily love to see it on the schedule. It would just be interesting because this is like you were saying, not just one of the top defenses this season, but if they stay to scale of what they've done so far, one of the top defenses we've seen in college football in the last decade plus.
All right, Bock, let's go ahead and check out some of the games for this weekend. When we talk about a great game schedule, Bock, at 12 o'clock, you have number 10 LSU versus number 17 Vandy. At 3:30, Bock, we have number 5 Ole Miss versus number 9 Georgia. At 7:30, Bock, we have number 11 Tennessee versus Alabama, number 6. At 7:30, we also have number 20 USC versus Notre Dame, number 13. Then at 8 o'clock, you have number 23 Utah versus number 15 BYU at 8 o'clock here on Saturday. And there's football tonight. Tuesday, it was football. Then tonight, it's Delaware versus Jacksonville State. It's UTEP versus Sam Houston. Then tomorrow, we have college football, NFL football. And then Friday, Nebraska football, versus Minnesota. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock in the Black Shirt. We thank you for listening to us.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse